Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we find ourselves navigating some particularly somber and complex developments, emerging from the shadows surrounding the royal family, specifically concerning Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. It's a story tinged with profound sadness and renewed controversy. We'll be exploring the recent tragic news regarding Virginia Giuffre and the subsequent speculation about what this might mean, if anything, for the future of the disgraced Duke. It's a delicate subject, touching on themes of accountability, public perception, and the very possibility of redemption. Before we delve into the details of this sensitive topic, may I kindly ask you to take a moment to like this video if you find our discussions informative, and perhaps consider subscribing to our channel and ringing the notification bell so you don't miss our future updates on matters concerning the royal family and other significant events. Your support truly helps us continue bringing these stories to you. Now, let's set the stage. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, has been a figure largely absent from public royal life for several years now. Cast your minds back to 2019, a year that marked a dramatic turning point in his standing. Following intense scrutiny over his association with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and facing serious allegations himself, the Duke was effectively relieved of his official royal duties, stripped of his military affiliations, and lost numerous patronages. He ceased using his Royal Highness style in any official capacity. This marked the beginning of what can only be described as a period of public exile, a life lived away from the ceremonial heart of the monarchy he was born into. The criticism surrounding his past judgment and associations has been relentless, casting a long shadow over his connection to the institution. Despite this enforced distance from public life, there have been occasional, carefully managed appearances. Most recently, observers noted his presence alongside other members of the royal family at the traditional Easter Sunday service at Windsor. This appearance, while brief and within a family context, inevitably sparked a fresh wave of debate. Could this signal a thawing of relations? Was there, some wondered, a pathway back, however narrow, for the Duke into some semblance of public acceptance, or at least visibility? It's fair to say this prospect was met with considerable public displeasure and skepticism, given the gravity of the circumstances that led to his withdrawal from duties. However, the narrative took a deeply tragic and unexpected turn just recently. This past Saturday, the news emerged that Virginia Giuffre had died. Reports indicate that her death at the age of 41 was by suicide. This is, first and foremost, a human tragedy, the loss of a life under incredibly sad circumstances. Virginia Giuffre was arguably the most prominent and vocal survivor associated with the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Her voice was crucial in bringing to light the horrific abuse orchestrated by Epstein and his network. Crucially, for the context of our discussion today, Virginia Giuffre was also Prince Andrew's primary accuser. She bravely and publicly alleged that she was sexually assaulted by the Duke on 3 separate occasions when she was still a minor, claiming these incidents were facilitated by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Prince Andrew has consistently and vehemently denied these allegations. The legal chapter of this specific dispute concluded not with a trial, but with an out-of-court financial settlement reached in 2022. While the settlement included no admission of guilt from the Duke, it involved a substantial payment to Miss Giuffre and a statement acknowledging her suffering as a victim of abuse, pledging his support for victims' rights. With the heartbreaking news of Miss Giuffre's passing, Prince Andrew inevitably finds himself thrust back into the harsh glare of the media spotlight, the unresolved questions and deep public unease surrounding the scandal resurfacing once more. The timing is poignant and complex. In the wake of this development, commentary has begun to emerge regarding the Duke's position. Matt Wilkinson, the respected editor of The Sun newspaper, has penned a piece suggesting that this somber moment might, paradoxically, present Prince Andrew with a unique, albeit very narrow opportunity. Not an opportunity for a royal comeback in the traditional sense, let's be clear, but perhaps a chance to demonstrate character and, potentially, work towards a form of personal atonement. Wilkinson's analysis, echoed by some unnamed royal insiders cited in reports, posits that the Duke should now consider dedicating himself more visibly and actively to working with charities that support survivors of abuse. The argument presented is that demonstrating genuine compassion and commitment in this area could be a tangible way for Andrew to act on the regret he has previously expressed about his association with Epstein and to show solidarity with victims. With Virginia Giuffre's sudden death, many feel now is the moment for the Duke of York to take action, and he must act quickly, Wilkinson wrote in his column for The Sun. He elaborates on this point, suggesting a path forward. If he is brave enough to come forward and show compassion, to throw himself into charity work, only then can the prince truly achieve the redemption he craves. The key word here seems to be action. The suggestion is that mere words or quiet reflection are insufficient. Instead, a proactive, demonstrable commitment to supporting those affected by the types of crimes central to the Epstein scandal might offer a way for Andrew to reshape his public narrative, moving away from defensiveness towards constructive engagement. However, Wilkinson is also very careful to manage expectations and add a significant dose of realism. He stresses emphatically that Virginia Giuffre's tragic passing does not signal any kind of restoration of Prince Andrew's former royal status. Her sad death does not herald any return for Prince Andrew, Wilkinson asserts firmly, as he will never be allowed a front row seat again in the royal family. This is a crucial distinction. The damage done to his reputation, the nature of the allegations, despite the settlement rather than a verdict, and the prevailing public sentiment, not to mention the reported views of King Charles III, who is understood to favor a slimmed-down monarchy focused on working royals, all combine to make a return to frontline public duties seem virtually impossible. The ship, it seems, has sailed on that front. So, what kind of redemption is being discussed? Wilkinson frames it not as a return to privilege, but as an opportunity for Prince Andrew to be the honorable man he professes to be. It's positioned as a chance for Andrew to align his actions with his stated values, to perhaps find a purpose outside the traditional royal fold, focused on charitable work that directly addresses the suffering caused by abuse. It's less about regaining lost status and more about potentially rebuilding some measure of personal credibility through meaningful action. This presents a complex ethical and public relations challenge for the Duke. Were he to pursue such a path, he would undoubtedly face accusations of opportunism, of attempting to leverage a tragedy for personal gain. Yet inaction might be interpreted as indifference or a continued failure to grasp the gravity of the situation and the depth of public feeling. It's a situation fraught with difficulty. The memory of Virginia Giuffre's ordeal and her bravery in speaking out remains potent. Her passing adds another layer of sorrow to an already dark chapter. For Prince Andrew, any path forward is shadowed by his past association with Epstein and the settlement reached with his accuser. The suggestion that he immerse himself in charity work for abuse survivors is a powerful one, but whether it's a path he is willing or able to take and how it would be perceived by the public and, crucially, by survivors themselves, remains highly uncertain. The concept of redemption itself is complex. Can it be achieved through actions, especially when public trust has been so profoundly eroded? Is personal atonement separable from public rehabilitation? These are deep questions without easy answers. What seems clear is that Prince Andrew remains isolated from the core functions of the monarchy. His appearance at Easter was within the private sphere of the family, not a public duty. The path suggested by Matt Wilkinson is one focused on personal conduct and private charitable endeavor, explicitly separate from any official royal role. It frames the challenge for Andrew as one of character rather than status. This entire situation underscores the enduring impact of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, not only on those directly involved, but also on the institutions, like the monarchy, touched by its reach. It highlights the ongoing struggle for survivors' voices to be heard and respected, and the complex questions surrounding accountability and consequences for powerful figures. So, to summarize the key points, the tragic death of Virginia Giuffre, Prince Andrew's main accuser, has brought the Duke and the scandal surrounding him back into focus. While commentators like Matt Wilkinson suggest this moment might offer Andrew a chance to demonstrate compassion and seek a form of personal redemption through dedicated charity work with abuse survivors, they are adamant that this does not open the door to a return to public royal duties. His exclusion from the front line of the royal family appears permanent. The proposed path is one of potential personal atonement through action, rather than a restoration of his former public life. This situation certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the nature of accountability, the possibility of rehabilitation in the public eye, and the long-lasting shadows cast by association and accusation, even in the absence of a legal conviction. The human cost, particularly the tragic loss of Virginia Giuffre, remains the most profound aspect of this ongoing story. We'd be very interested to hear your thoughtful perspectives on this complex matter. What are your thoughts on the suggestion that Prince Andrew should engage more deeply with charities for abuse survivors? Do you believe such actions could lead to any form of redemption, even if limited? Or do you feel the damage is irreparable? Please share your views respectfully in the comments section below. We always value the measured and considerate discussions we have here. And of course, if you found this update valuable, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell to stay informed about our future content. We strive to bring you balanced and detailed coverage of these significant events. Thank you so much for watching and for lending us your time today. We look forward to welcoming you back for our next Royal Update very soon. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.